Hey guys, it's Luke from DLM here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install Terraria Tweaker 2, as well as make a few minor changes to your game, allowing you to do a few pretty cool things. One of those changes is allowing you to get the First Fractal, because that was a little bit different from just using Terraria Tweaker. So if you want to install Terraria Tweaker 2, the first thing you're going to need to do is go to the website or go to the link in the description that is on the Terraria forums. So it'll lead you to a page here which is called Patcha Terraria Tweaker 2 Supercharge Your Terraria. Now, what you need to do first is scroll all the way down, and if you're on 1.4.0.0, which you should be, you're going to need to go into this section and download a few things. Before you can download and run the actual program, there are two other programs you need to download first. Now, a lot of computers already have these programs. For example, I already had both of them running, and I hadn't done any prior installations, but you do need Microsoft.NET framework, and you also need 2015 VC Redists. I just downloaded the latest version here, so I mean, it makes it a bit easier in the future if you're going to download other, what's it called? If you're going to do other things with similar programs. So once you've downloaded these two and installed them and made sure they're all running correctly, what you need to do next is download Terraria Tweaker for Terraria. So if you go down a little bit further from these ones, you'll find this. There's a big thing above it. All you need to do is click on Installer. You'll download it. I've already downloaded it, so I mean, we can just wait 14 seconds. And I can kind of show you the installation process, which is quite an easy process. So I'll just drag that over to the right. And it is now downloaded. It won't show me the full installation process just because I've already got it installed here, but let's pretend I don't. Drag it onto my desktop, copy it out, then run the installation one. So I need an app, let it do that, and then it's just going to ask me a few things. Let's install it, even though I've already got it installed. Yes, so it's already completed. It might have actually run it a second time, downloaded a second time. It is a very small application, so don't worry too much. So after you've done that, you're faced with this screen here. Now, I'm not going to go too into detail about how to do everything. This is meant to be a very short tutorial on how to do a few quick things. And what you want to do is go into tweak lists, and you can see there's there's a thing here which lets you make a tweak list. Now, I've already made one, and tweaks are, sets of things that you can change in your Terraria game, so this affects the actual Terraria game, that allow certain permissions to be turned on or offer certain rules to be changed in the Terraria app. So if I click onto this one and I want to edit it, so it's selected now, I click onto edit, you can see there's a bunch of things here. So the full list is pretty long, and I'll let you explore it yourself because the app does a better job of explaining it far better than me. But let's say I want to add the First Fractal, because that's a pretty cool one, hey? We go into miscellaneous tweaks and we add one of these, and then the one that we want is, here we go, undepreciate the depreciated items, which means don't delete items that don't exist, pretty much. I believe that's what it means. But you can also see there's a bunch of really cool ones here, like invincibility, invulnerability, infinite wormholes, eliminate biome spreading. Like there's probably 100 or so really cool changes you can make. So let's add this selected tweak. Now you can see that it says total here, so there's one tweak enabled from this miscellaneous tweak section, and then there's accessory ones where you can add accessory slots or make social slots functional, so you have 14 accessories, or you can equip duplicate accessories, so you could have 5 destroyer emblems, so you're just buffing your crit chance and your damage. But let's close that. But you can see that there's quite a few things you can add. But once you've got this tweak, and I've obviously made the only tweak here to be the add final fractal, or not add final fractal, sorry, to undepreciate the depreciated items, or whatever it says. Back to the tweak list browser, these are both now identical. They both have one active tweak, and that active tweak is undepreciate the blah 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 blah. I can select either one. Let's say I've selected this one, or I've double clicked and selected this one. I just launch. I'm an idiot. I clicked the wrong button. So I'm back. Oopsie, I guess. So what you need to click on is launch active tweak list. So the one that's active, so this one that says active, how do I make another one active? Oh, status active. There we go. So now this one's active. So the new one that I just made, modified. I don't know why it's saying modified then, because edit, add tweak, undepreciate the depreciate item, add selected tweak, save edits. Sorry, I'm a idiot. So we'll go back, and now this one's active and it was last affected now, and then we can launch the active version. Now we're not going to do that yet because there's one more thing we need to do first, and this is why it's a bit confusing, because you have to use more than one program. So give me a second, I'll set something else up. So what you need to do is go back onto Terraria. What? You need to go back onto Google and search up Terraria Inv Editor or Inventory Editor. Let's do Terraria Inv Editor. Good one, me. Then you should be able to find Terrasavr, which is a web-based Terraria profile editor. Now, I have no doubt there are different ways to do this, but this is the way I've always done it for, I guess, inventory affecting. So this is how I'm going to do it. You can, I think, use the Heroes mod or with the mod maker or with the mod support in 1.4.0.0 soon enough. It'll be pretty easy to do this easy ways. But what we're going to do here is insert the First Fractal into a new player's inventory. Now, I could load an existing character, but I'm not really too interested in doing that. So I'll just make a new one, and we're just going to call him like dummy First Fractal, because all I want is the First Fractal from Fractal. Perfect. So then we go into, I believe it is inventory, and we can search up the First Fractal. Alright, so you need to go to 4722. I just looked it up on the Terraria wiki because I'm a bit of an idiot. So we go into search by ID, then 4722. So it should be the second one here. There we go. So it's just called unknown. So now we've made a character. So we can save this character. Let's do save player, and you'll be able to download it. It's a very small file as well. Or again, drag it to our desktop, minimize this, and then let's find my games. So my games is normally in my documents. Let's go find that. My documents, where are you on my computer? Documents, and then my games, and then Terraria, and then you jump into players, and you drag them into there. So I've done that. Dummy First Fractal is now in there with the rest of my characters. Let's open up Terraria Tweaker, so we can launch the proper version of Terraria. Oops, I've already got it open, so it gave me a little bit of an error. Let's launch the active tweak set. Don't show this message again. We're funny. We already know what's going on. And let's just give it a few seconds to open up Terraria 1.4.0.0 with these, I guess, tweaks active. I think it goes without saying, but this will not work on mobile or console. It will only work on the most recent version of Terraria. You are able to download older versions of Terraria Tweaker for older versions of Terraria if you feel at all like you want to play with them. But I don't, and look, I have the final fractal. So let's turn off that rule. I don't want that one, hey? But pretty much I just create a new character with this. Now, the Terraria Inv editor is incredibly useful even if you're not going to download all these other programs. I know, at least for me, if you're using someone else's computer, like your parents or something, they might not be too happy with you downloading all these programs. So you just might, like, there might be no way for you to download Terraria Tweaker and NET Framework and the third program I downloaded. So unfortunately, maybe you might not actually be able to get the final fractal, but you will still be able to use the Inv editor, which I think is a really, really quick and easy way to, I guess, change players' inventories and get modifiers. It's probably the easiest way to cheat in Terraria. If you guys want a more in-depth video on either the Inv editor or a more in-depth video on Terraria Tweaker, or even a tutorial on how to do increased summons, because that's a completely different program, please leave a comment. I hope you guys did enjoy this little tutorial, and I hope to all see you guys soon. Have a good one, and Luke from DLM is out.